Hello good people of the internet, my name is Andy and you're watching Geek Curio. Hello and welcome back, and thank you very much for joining me. It is a fine weekend this morning, and today we're going to be putting together the Ragnar Blackmane model from the Prophecy of the Wolf bottle box set. Now I won't be painting the model today because a lot of my paints are still in storage. However, I think it would be useful to see how easy or difficult it is to put Ragnar together, so I'll be doing a full end-to-end in this video. And I do hope that in the near future I'll get to paint this model for you real soon. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so welcome back. So as per my previous video, I thought this might be too few a sprue for an entire Ragnar Blackmane, but according to the instructions this is all you need. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch off the camera and I'm going to clip all these pieces, get them all cleaned up and everything, and I'll be right back with you in a jiffy. Okay guys, so welcome back, and as you can see I've basically clipped everything off the sprue, and I thought, well, I don't know if this is actually something that I'm going to do in the future, but I thought it might be easier to label each one and have it all ready so I can present on camera a lot quicker for you. So just to follow the first instructions, it looks like we're putting pieces 1, 3 and 2 together. Oh, just as another bit of a treat, we have Gareth, who I interviewed a few weeks back, who has joined us on video. He is saying hello. You probably can't hear him because oh, hang on, there we go. Say hello now. There you go, right. And Gareth is working on a Chaos Warrior at the moment. And if you're interested in what Gareth's doing, definitely check him out on Twitter, and also check out my video review, my interview with Gareth that we did a few weeks back. So let's get on with putting Ragnar together. So it's pieces 1, 2 and 3. And 1 appears to be the leg, and we're going to be attaching the new Primaris Space Wolf armor shin guard to that. And I have done a quick glue check before I start recording. And just a piece of advice to any viewers watching, originally when I started out putting things together, I did use super glue. However, my first army were skeletons and they fall apart like anything, so plastic cement does work a hell of a lot better with this plastic. I tend to save the super glue for anything that's resin. Okay, so that's the first piece put together. This might be an absolute first because it looks like Games Workshop have actually put all the models in order of which piece you need. So I'm actually going to be picking up, I've already put 1, 2 and 3 together. And now I'm I know, and now I'm working at number 5. Which I have no clue on where that goes. Oh, I see. So the pose that Ragnar's in is actually quite dynamic in that he's leaping off the masonry. But I cannot for the life of me work out what the hell's going on. Oh, it's awful. So that's the piece I've just had. Oh, I haven't picked up number 4. I completely ignored that, that's why. We're doing all this live today, folks, so just so you know, you can't hear Gareth because he's in my ear, but he is absolutely loving to listen to all these outtakes. You guys get the benefit of the full edited video, whereas Gareth is just giggling along at the moment. And yes, he giggles like a schoolgirl. But now I've actually put part 4 in, it makes a lot more sense, and we're basically attaching another shin guard. If anyone's not aware, Gareth is actually a supreme goblin commander within the Goblins of Mordor, so I do actually have to pay him a lot more respect than I am actually paying him right now. I think I'm supposed to salute him actually. If you're not aware, there is actually a paint off between himself and the other Goblin Supreme Commander Favrol. and I'll put a link to the Grudge video which I put together last week in the corner right there. Okay, I'm going to take a little break and I'm going to put a few of these bits together and I'll be back with you real soon. Okay everybody, and I am back and I'm feeling a little bit admonished now because the Supreme Goblin Commander Gareth has told me off for taking the mick out of him on the last bit of footage, but yeah, sorry Gareth. I don't think I'm going to get punished too badly, but just to show you some progress on this, the Ragnar model is actually really easy to fit together, and the thing that I've noticed with the instructions is this is probably the first time I've ever seen a Game Workshop model that you put them together in the order, so the number order is in the right order. So as you can see, there are 18 pieces and already I fitted 11 to them. So we now have the body with the chainsaw. It's what's it called? It's Ice Fang? Rune Fang? Gareth, you're going to have to help me out here. Frost Fang, yeah. So I'm going to re-record that now. And as you can see, Ragnar's Frost Fang sword is attached and also his arm reaching out as he's about to attack and strike Ghazghkull. So I'm just going to put those two pieces together and then we'll start working on the cloak. And where's my glue gone? There it is. Okay. Now why is it I had them together earlier and now that I put glue on it, oh there we go. Is that right? Yes. Right, so that's fitting in really nicely now. So the next part to attach will be the cloak. So yeah, so the cloak comes in 3 parts and that's part 12, 13 and 14. And if I remember the lore correctly, this pelt is made from the black wolf that Ragnar killed during his initiation, which I'm sure Gareth is going to confirm. I'm going to take his deathly silence as a yes, Andy, you are absolutely right. So the fitting of this looks quite snug. Oh, that's absolutely perfect. It's the one thing with the Games Workshop models, even though they come in small pieces, when you've got a marquee model like this, the machining is absolutely second to none. I know it's all done by CAD design and everything, but it really is good. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and put this main part of the cloak on first. And the wolf's head seems to attach to the shoulder. Okay, so this looks like it might be a little bit tricky, so I'm going to pause the recording for now and I'll be back with you shortly. Okay, and welcome back, and as you can see, the model is pretty much more or less done. We only have to put Ragnar's head in. Now the problem that I'm seeing with this is, as you can see, the wolf pelt is over his right shoulder, and this isn't making it easy for me because it's a very small hole. I've got a feeling it might be a case of turning the head until it fits. There we go. Yeah, so right, and that, my friends, is Ragnar complete. So the next stage is probably going to be, I'm definitely going to be priming this in black. I'll probably do some Xenophil highlighting. However, I'm going to hold back on painting it at this time. I have recently got hold of some new paints, some candy inks, which I want to try. And I'm going to be experimenting trying to get a nice Space Wolf colour with a metallic paint. So it might be a case that I might need to be looking out for some metallic paints. I saw some really good ones which another YouTuber was using the other day, so it might be a while before I do that. But yeah, so that's Ragnar completed. And I absolutely can't wait to paint this. And I'm sure Gareth can't wait to see it either. So there we go.